Well, it's a splendid Sunday afternoon in Soweto. Spring's grip on the province very apparent now. Superb conditions at the Dobsonville Stadium. And whilst for some exams and learning and perhaps aspirations for the future may be their focus, for others their professional ambitions and the success of their teams are on the line. And it is an all-Gauteng affair for us to enjoy in the DStv Premiership this afternoon, as Swallows FC look to bounce back from their first defeat of the season against a visiting SuperSport United side that are so far unbeaten in the league this term. Well, they may have been reborn from the ashes, the birds, like a phoenix, but their history stretches back many decades as the two sides begin to assemble in the tunnel, and some old brotherhoods rekindled here. Very cordial as the players line up, but you can be assured that out on the park they'll be fighting tooth and nail for the 3 points that are on offer this afternoon. So it is a pleasure as always to be in your company for this one. All the evidence suggests that we could be in for a rather low scoring affair, as has been the status quo when these two collide. But on a weekend when 13 goals were scored across 4 DStv Premiership games so far, perhaps that trend will persist in this game. Well, Swallows, our home side today, picked up 4 points from their opening 2 games, but they came up short against Orlando Pirates last weekend. Perhaps a bit of a revenge for the Bucks. Swallows did beat them in the MTN8 quarterfinals to open their season. Their opponents, SuperSport United, are without defeats in the league this term, but they've scored in only one of their 3 DStv Premiership matches so far. A 3-1 win over Le Mans for Golden Arrows. Their travels also have not yielded much success recently, winless in 13 away games in all competitions and 11 straight in the league, dating back to last season. So it's Swallows who emerge from the tunnel first, clad in their classic maroon, and now SuperSport United in their change strip of all white follow them out. Anticipation building ahead of kickoff here at the Dobsonville Stadium. And we'll just give you a look at the lineups. 4 changes to report from the Swallows side that were edged by Pirates, with Virgil Fries back in goal for Sanele Chabalala. Thabo Matlaba returns with Sussman out. Junaid Sait retains his place. He's been ever present in league and cup. The other 2 changes further up the park, Kagiso Malinga and Keletsa Magalwa make their first starts of the season. For the latter, it's his full Swallows debut, having only appeared off the bench so far. They're in for Saleng and Solomons. So the man alongside me is Stanton Fredericks. He's taken a close look at the formations.
Grant, an element of unpredictability is what Brendan Tutor aims to achieve with his lineup this afternoon. As you mentioned, 4 changes. In comes Matlaba on the left for Sussman, and up front Malinga. He'll be flanked by the likes of Magalwa and Hamuddin.
Very hungry forwards for Swallows. Let's quickly introduce you to the SuperSport lineup, a trio of changes from the side that were held by Amazulu in Durban last time out. Luke Fleur is dismissed at Kings Park, is suspended, so Butlem Kunazi makes his first start for the club. Bradley Grobler suffered an injury against Usutu, so Tamsanqa Kabuza leads the line. Moses Weswa will provide him with support. He is the other change. Stanton.
Looks like it's a new defensive duo for SuperSport United in the middle. De Klokwe alongside experienced Mkwanazi. Up front, Waisa will play closely next to Tamkaza Gabuza. And as SuperSport look to overcome a very tricky task here, as we know, Swallows undefeated since December 2019, Grant.
Etano Tembo in the dugout for SuperSport United, looking to mastermind that elusive away win, but up against Coach Brakkies, it could be a very, very tricky task. And now everyone in attendance rising, the players assembled around the center circle, and we observe a moment of silence. continue to honor those that have lost their lives to the COVID-19 pandemic. A special round of applause for our frontline workers in their battle against the virus. And now kickoff imminent as we introduce you to the match officials. Tutiso Mkhonazi will be the man with the whistle. Lalani Mgadi and Tshepo Nojila, first and second assistant respectively. A quick huddle for Swallows. They're looking to get things back on track after falling to their Soweto rivals Orlando Pirates a week ago. So Ikram Reyners will be one of those trying to get his name on the score sheet. So scored this season, but in the cup he's still searching for a first league goal in SuperSport United colours. Matsatsansa at Pitori without their top goal scorer, and indeed the league's top goal scorer from last season, Bradley Grobler, as they get us underway here at the Dobsonville Stadium under bright sunshine. They are towards the middle to latter stages of September, so well and truly into spring. A few cold nights still persist in this area, but the days generally are very temperate and virtually a cloudless sky here in Dobsonville. Great conditions, and it's worth pointing out that the pitch looks absolutely immaculate.
It's just perfect for a Sunday afternoon football match here. As you mentioned, Grant, from afar, the pitch looks in pristine condition, and the weather not too hot, not too cold, so perfect playing condition. There is a bit of a breeze in the air, which I don't think will affect the match too much. It's not your Cape Town winds blazing through the Athlone Stadium.
Jene Sates looking long for Kagiso Malinga, and Malinga has been able to just cushion that down, trying to find Kaleta Mokhelwa. It was taken away from him. There's Mokwena over to the venerable Onesmo Basera, now 34 years of age, but still routinely picked for the Zimbabwean national team. Worked out to Weber. This is Mokwena. Spots Basera. He goes striding forward and launches that one towards goal. Well, with the intention, was it a cross or not, Gabuza was able to stick out a leg and divert it in the opposite direction and almost into goal.
You can see Basera knew exactly what he wanted to do when he received that ball. He was heading off target, but very much the point of reference for SuperSport United.
Sipombule today for the second game running. There's a shoulder injury sustained at home. So SuperSport United corner. Wait to see what they'll be able to conjure with this one. Jamie Webber's shuffled over to take it, and the bigger men up from the back, assembled now in the 18-yard area. Webber's take, and he found the head of Mokwena, and he believed that was diverted wide off goal via a touch from an opponent. First official Lalani Mgadi does not agree.
Yeah, that was a brilliant delivery from Webber. You normally aim for that penalty spot, and that is exactly where Mokwena was. A great challenge there from Sibia, just putting off Mokwena.
Neat defending from Vuyomere. This nods that one back to Virgil Fries. Virgil Fries back in between the sticks. Sanile Chabalala played the last game. Chabalala played 5 games last season, all towards the end of the campaign. And Virgil Fries, the out-and-out number 1. Now he has to deal with this take. And what an effort it was from Ikram Reyners. Turned behind by the Namibian glove man.
Yeah, what a brilliant effort it was from Ikram Rain. As you can see immediately once he received it, knew exactly what he wanted to do, take on Mirror, move inside and have a shot on goal. Brilliantly dealt with by the goalkeeper, Virgil Fries. Ikram Rain just aiming for that far post.
That was going to nestle in the bottom corner, I'm sure. Corner taken deeper, looking for De Klokwe, who was all alone. Chance for Milling to stride forward, having picked that up from Onesmo Basera's loose header. But Malinga, with teammates joining him on either side, opted for the selfish route, missing the mark.
And this is where Swallows can be very dangerous on the counter-attack. Nothing wrong with the idea of having a shot on goal from Malinga, just off target.
Makhawa now, and trying to trick his way past Nhlapo, that the wily veteran had read the intentions of Keletsa Makhawa, who we'll remind you is making his first Swallows start today. The last time he actually started a league match was over a year ago in a 0-0 draw, playing for Mamelodi Sundowns against Orlando Pirates, Keletsa Makhawa.
Yeah, he's looked very lively when being introduced from Swallows. Really come on and made a difference here, and his performances possibly at training as well as when given an opportunity has forced Brendan Truter to now reward him with a starting berth.
Oh, good take from Malinga, and it's fallen kindly to the feet of Khamaldin. Dispenses into the path of Keletsa Makhawa, keeps chopping inside and eventually works the space to shoot. But he's put that one over the crossbar.
Yeah, that is what he'll give you. Very speedy player, intelligently see just taking the ball into the penalty area where the defender will be reluctant to stick a foot out. Try to cut in there and have a shot on goal, unfortunately. Good intention.
Mokoena measuring out the run-up. And straight into the clutches of Virgil Fries. Certainly capable of better, but
it was a well-executed one. You could see what they wanted to do.
Now back with live action, and Keletsa Makhawa has slipped at the most inopportune moment here. The Swallows went tearing upfield, and they very well have punished their visitors immediately after Mokoena failed with his free kick. You're right to point out, good technique on that free kick, but Virgil Fries had been able to watch it well, despite the fact that SuperSport assembled their own wall just to try and make it a little trickier for the Swallows goalminder.
Yeah, we've seen that work yesterday. The Swallows goal against Kaizer Chiefs, aiming for your own players, and that'll be the point of aim in the free kick. And then once again, Swallows with a dangerous counter-attack, and Makhawa just fumbling his lines.
Gabuza nods it down brilliantly. Weber's been found by Mokoena. A lovely effort from Jamie Weber. And Virgil Fries did well to dive down to his right and thwart Weber. Jamie Weber went the whole of last season in the league without a goal, despite 26 appearances. Would have loved to see that bulge the back of the net.
What a ball there it was from Said. Makhawa with really a lost opportunity there, fumbling his lines. He had Malinga to the right-hand side. We could possibly play it in with a tap in to take the lead. Weber on the other side. What a brilliant first-time shot. A curling effort and well dealt with from Fries. It was not an easy ball to save. It was just bouncing and caught it.
that header away, yields just a throw-in, not a corner kick. Basira will get it back from Reyners. Tries to put it in first time. Yatama, the header clear. SuperSport have it again, and the effort launched from distance is via the boots of Teboho Mokoena. Fries would have been very relieved to see that one whiz over the crossbar.
Yeah, we know what he can do from that range. Teboho Mokoena, a great effort, was dipping it, managed to get it up and down. Not too far off. Yeah, you got to give credit to SuperSport. They are the away side, but they've took the game to Swallows. Swallows not as effective on the counter-attack. We'll have to wait and see. Are there a few changes in the coaches as they go into the half-time with the score at 0-0?
Well, there have been chances at both ends so far at the Dobsonville Stadium. Arguably the best of those falling to Kaleta Mogalwa for Swallows. He wasn't able to convert, and it remains goalless after 45. Welcome back to the Dobsonville Stadium, where Swallows are hosting SuperSport United, still deadlocked at 0-0 after 45 minutes of play. Now, there were chances aplenty for both sides in the opening period. Ronwin Williams, sporting that captain's armband, is just dishing out some final instructions, having taken on the words of Coach Caetano Tembo in the change room at the interval. They'll need a big effort from every player out on the park for the time that remains. Said and Sabir in your shots. They've been tested on a few occasions. Matlo is also receiving some final instructions. He's been instrumental in the center of the park, trying to link up the play. And it has been a relatively comfortable and easy day for Ditlokwe, and Kwanazi, who's on his full debut, having only made a couple of cameos off the bench so far. An experienced centre half. Lebon Mokoena be hoping to get onto the ball with a little more frequency to try and influence proceedings as both sides go in search of the full 3 points here. The Swallows, who didn't lose back-to-back games at all last season in the league, do come into this one having suffered a defeat against Orlando Pirates last time out. But they have a vaunted home record, and they are up against a SuperSport United side who have really struggled on their travels in the last little bit. Winless in their last 13 in all competitions, 11 in the league, with 4 losses and 7 draws, and it's their longest streak without a victory in the PSL era on the road. They last won in January away to TTM 2-0. That seems like an age ago. So Stanton Fredericks rejoins me in our commentary position for the second 45. And as I pointed out earlier, not as if there was a particular shortage of chances. Swallows came into this game with 4 points. At this point last season they had accumulated 7. Fries quickly off his line. But Gabuza will be able to keep it in. Goalkeeper's well set once again, though. This is Mokoena. Mokoena! Whew, that was close. Well, again, the ball pitched up, and would have been very difficult for the goalkeeper had it been on target, just because of that bounce.
Yes, he hit it with a lot of dip to Teboho Mokoena. Credit to Gabuza that managed to keep it in play. You could see Mokoena teeing it up. He knew that the goalkeeper was a little bit unsettled, trying to aim for that far post. And just guiding it past his goal, and you could see a bit relief on his face as well.
Weber. Another chance to fling it across. Cries of handball against Sipia, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Well, it could have been on the advice of the second assistant. Sipho Nojila raised his flag, waving it to alert the referee of a possible indiscretion. Vuyamere in discussion with the assistant referee now. Mr. Mkonazi will just intervene. Sipho Sibia, it's a yellow card, adding insult to injury here. Chance here for Jamie Webber from 12 yards, opens the scoring for SuperSport United at the home of Swallows. The Dobsonville Stadium being such a fortress, but it is SuperSport United who have the lead. Now Mokoena to Don as they look to pile on more pressure here. Out to Ikram Reyners. Reyners scoops the ball in, but headed away by Junaid Sait. One by Mokoena. To Boho Mokoena. Over the top for Webber. First time ball by Webber, and broken kindly for Mokoena. And just like that, in a flash, SuperSport United lead by 2-0 on the road, having endured such a torrid time on their travels.
That was some great play from SuperSport. Immediately spelling blood and not retreating, looking for the second goal, and we're rewarded with the second goal once again. That man Mokoena steps up.
Well, 20 minutes to go here in Dobsonville. SuperSport United looking for a third. They may get it. Webber goes tumbling down, and another penalty given away by the very same man. Vusi Sibia is having a nightmare in the second half after what was a very strong opening 45, has to be said.
A little bit unfortunate there for Sibia. As you mentioned, Grant, he was rather solid in the first half, and Webber finding a lot of joy there. So just knocking it over there, getting his body ahead of the defender, and intelligently so, just leaving his foot there, allowing that defender to come through, and some crafty footwork from Webber wins a penalty. And will he be the one to step up, or will he allow what looks like Gabuza to have it?
Well, deeming the points to be safe, it will not be Webber looking to double up. Strolling up is Tamsanqa Gabuza with SuperSport United's third. It's his second of the season. Well, he scored their third when they met Lamont for Golden Arrows. He scored their third again.
Ooh, you gotta love it. You gotta love the celebration. Great penalty from Gabuza. I thought he stood a little bit awkward because you never stand straight in line with the ball when you take the penalty.
Still Solomons. Maklaba has the attentions of Ikram Reyners. Now Maklaba again. A big opportunity for Malinga, and a superb save from Ronwin Williams, who's incensed with his defenders.
What a save from Williams. It was Maklaba that was persistent, played the 1-2, initially getting it. Malinga doing extremely well to get a shot on goal. Spun his defender nicely there and hitting it straight to the keeper.
Well, Brendan Truter led his charges into the game on the back of that 1-0 loss to Orlando Pirates. Here's Solomons trying to restore some pride for the Birds. this will be a difficult result to stomach. They conceded 2 very quick goals, first from a penalty and then from Tabo Mokoena following up well, and that left them completely deflated before conceding another spot kick, which is the tale of today, and how the score stands at 3-0 in favor of the visitors. Malinga to Mahlatsi again. Jesse Don tries to make the tackle, but Mahlatsi retains it. Malinga's taken a blow to the face, as has Mahlatsi. Well, that should be it in any case. Only 10 seconds of injury time remaining.
Some great footwork here from Malinga. Whoopa. And then just with the trailing hand.
Well, it's been the story of the game here at the Dobsonville Stadium. Penalties have underlined this result. SuperSport United scoring 2. Looks like they're lining up a free kick there, just outside the venue.
He's taking his time, checking his left or right.
A long goal is there. 3 here. The final whistle's gone at the Dobsonville Stadium. Tabo Mokoena grabbing one of them, and SuperSport United, well, they end their drought on the road in the most emphatic fashion by beating the side that didn't lose one of their 15 home games in the league last season. They come here to the Dobsonville Stadium, SuperSport United, without a league win on the road in 11 matches, and they have put 3 past Swallows. Just very briefly, Stiggy, your thoughts on what has been a very entertaining second half?
Deserved victory for SuperSport. Had more of the opportunities in the first half. Second half really coming to the party. They're very effective down the right-hand side as they claim all 3 points.
Well, 2 penalties for SuperSport United guide them to a 3-0 win against Swallows.